Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about e-waste in Hong Kong. Before my presentation, I want to show you the data from a news report by Bhattacharya 2017. In 2015, each of the 7.2 million Hong Kongers generated 48 pounds of e-waste on average. So Hong Kong became the region with the largest e-waste per capita around the world. From this, you can see the Hong Kong e-waste issue has become very serious. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. First, I will present the e-waste problems of unsustainable export and limited landfills, and then I will present the current proposals such as facility construction and the dumping ban, the potential improvements such as offering more subsidies and regulating small e-waste, and I will also show you a possible counterargument as well as my rebuttal. Now let us focus on the problem part. First, the over-reliance on exporting e-waste is no longer sustainable because of not only the decreasing demand but also the environmental pollution and health hazards caused by improper storage of e-waste before export. According to the newspaper article Toxic E-Waste Exposed 2011, in some industrial areas, e-waste is exposed to the elements in open-air sites, and some dismantling workers do not wear protective gears. This process can release toxic chemicals to the groundwater, the air, and the land, and has caused residents' complaints. What is worse, it can also harm the health of workers and the nearby residents. The second problem is that e-waste is adding heavy burden to landfills. According to a newspaper article from Carax 2016, every year 63% of the municipal solid waste is dumped in landfills, and out of this, the 7,000 tons of e-waste is just accounts for 10% of the total. So you can imagine what will happen if we no longer rely on export. Also, a newspaper article from Bhattacharya 2017 shows that if we do not introduce any changes, all of the landfills in Hong Kong will reach full capacity by 2019. In the solution part, we want to ask, what will we do and what more can we do? To solve the first problem, the government is increasing export control and constructing the first integrated recycling facility. Unfortunately, there will be more e-waste disposed locally after the export control, and according to the research study report of Liu Zhong and Zhang 2012, even with the new recycling facility, only less than 40% of the regulated e-waste will be properly treated. Informal parties will still exist, and there will be competitions between formal and informal recyclers. So it will be still difficult to achieve self-sufficiency. Now, what the government can do to fully achieve self-sufficiency is to increase the amount of private recycling plants by subsidizing reliable companies. Most companies want to maximize profit, but because of the high collection and treatment costs of recycling e-waste, there is often low profit or even loss. The subsidies can offer them an incentive to invest and compensation for risks. Also, it will help the companies in competitions against informal parties. To solve the second problem, there will be ban on the dumping of regulated e-waste in landfills. But as you can see in the picture, there are only 5 types of regulated bulky electronic products, so those unregulated products will still end up in landfills. According to a research study by Darby and Albrecht 2004, consumers seldom recycle the small e-waste compared with the bulky. What's more, after the government imposes tighter export controls, the amount of unregulated e-waste dumped in landfills is due to increase, and the pressure on landfills may still be high. So here what the government can do to relieve more pressure is to regulate some small but important electronic products. Here the small products refers to the unregulated products. This can be a signal to present the government's determination and thus can develop the consumer recycling awareness and decrease their undoubtful discarding. What's more, it will offset the effect of export control. In terms of the second suggestion, some people may argue that it is not cost effective to include the small e-waste. This seems to make sense because the unregulated e-waste only accounts for 14% by weight, and according to the research study conducted by Darby and Albert 2004, its small size as well as great diversity make it more difficult and costly to repair, dismantle, and dispose. However, I cannot really accept this opinion from the long-run perspective because I think we need precautions against more burden on landfills. According to the research study conducted by Darby and Albra 2004, although the unregulated e-waste is only a small portion by weight, it is the substantial majority by number. And according to a newspaper article by Choi 2017, nowadays people in Hong Kong are having a burning passion for electronic gadgets. For example, each Hong Kong resident has 2.4 active mobile phones on average, and considering the rapid technology growth, the number of gadgets is increasing and the lifespan of them is decreasing. So, to meet the future recycling goals, it is certainly better for us to plan and act ahead than to react passively to an uncontrollable situation. So, here is my conclusion. To solve the problems above, the current proposals are obviously not enough. In my opinion, the government should provide more subsidies and regulate some small electronic products. Although this seems not to be cost effective, it is a precaution against more burden on landfills. Here are my references, and this is the end of my presentation.